Today we're going to be looking at the terrifying world of geometry. Only slightly being sarcastic. We're definitely looking at shapes, but it is the 12 mysterious triangles around the world. Now, these are little triangles both over water and over land all over the world where strange anomalies go on. Mysterious disappearances, aircraft or boats or other sorts of vehicles just go missing without a trace. No wreckage to be found, no distress signals, etc. There's all kinds of weird stuff, and there are 12 of these supposed triangles all over the world. We're going to start with the first one, the one that you've probably heard of, which is the Bermuda Triangle. But before we get into this, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. I know it's like a broken chime. I know it's super annoying to hear that. Everybody tells you, but seriously, YouTube depends on those likes and subscribes. It just takes a second, guys. If this was even worth the watch, I would really appreciate letting me know. And then my last plug, I have a second YouTube channel. It's technically my first one that I made, but it is for cars and car content. So if you like cars and coffee, vlogs, whatever like that, I have that other channel on my link tree. So take a look there. But without further ado, let's get into the 12 terrifying triangles. Most famously is the Bermuda Triangle, the one that you've probably heard of before. The Bermuda Triangle stretches between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. The mysterious disappearances associated with the Bermuda Triangle are the USS Cyclops, for example, of 1918, and Flight 19 in 1945, among countless missing other vessels. Many aircraft and ships have disappeared without a single trace or distress signals of any kind being sent out. And then even more concerning is wreckage isn't found later. So it's just really strange, like they disappear essentially into a portal and they vanish. Strange sightings in the area include reports of glowing lights, sudden compass malfunctions, and time warps, where suddenly the pilots have been flying for over an hour when they should only be about 15 minutes into their flight, for example. All right, there's some possible explanations, including magnetic anomalies and rogue waves on the ocean, just capsizing the boats. Probably wouldn't be capsizing a plane at 5,000 feet or higher, but you know, whatever. And then methane gas eruptions under the water. That could be causing visual issues, not being able to see, could be poisoning the pilots with the gas. I don't know. I mean, it's a stretch, but it's technically an explanation. Some theories suggest that there are portals or interdimensional rifts at play. It kind of sounds like it, to be honest, with all the disappearances, but you can't also explain that, so we got to tell the families of these people something, and you can't tell them it was a portal, unfortunately. All right, next up is the Alaska Triangle. Now, this stretches from Anchorage to Juneau to Barrow. This triangle has one of the highest missing persons rates in the entire world. It is insanely disturbing how many people go missing in this forested area in Alaska. Missing disappearances. For example, in 1972, the vanishing of the U.S. House Majority Leader Hale Boggs' airplane. The entire plane vanished. They never found it. And then on top of that, more than 16,000 people have disappeared in the region over the years since we've been counting. Many of them under highly unusual circumstances. For example, they just walk into the woods and they're never seen or heard from again. Dogs can't find them. If you like the sort of thing, you probably know about the Missing 411 by David Paulides and the other recorded incidents of people just literally vanishing into thin air in the forests, never to be found again. No bones, no nothing, just gone. And a lot of those happen in this region of Alaska. So who knows, maybe it's just predators or it's insanely forested. Maybe people are getting lost, but it just really doesn't explain how they're not found. Strange sightings within the area include reports of Bigfoot-like creatures and the classic UFOs. Many locals believe in the supernatural forces of the woods, and some suggest underground alien bases. I hear that a lot, people falling through holes in the ground and ending up in strange caverns or who knows, alien laboratories under the ground. I don't know. Possible explanations include very harsh weather, magnetic fluctuations based on the location, and underground energy vortexes, whatever the hell that is. Some theories propose that ancient ley lines or connections to lost civilizations might be at play. The third triangle is the Devil's Triangle in Japan. Mysterious disappearances include the vanishing of Japanese military vessels and pilots, one of which was a full squadron of warships that allegedly disappeared in that area in the 1950s. Strange sightings include ghost ships and unexplainable sea turbulence. Fishermen report strange whirlpools and ghostly apparitions out at sea. Possible explanations could be underwater volcanic activity and shifting sea currents. I mean, again, anytime you're out on the ocean, you're dealing with the choppy water and the depths and the weather, and it's an insanely dangerous job as it is. So there's always gonna be that, but to just disappear without a trace, without a mayday signal, anything is what makes it so strange. Some suggest that there could be underwater alien bases that are sucking people up, until they prove it isn't. Next is the Michigan Triangle on Lake Michigan, a mysterious region in Lake Michigan with eerie disappearances associated with it. The vanishing of the Northwest Flight 2501 in 1950, where 50 passengers disappeared without a single piece of wreckage ever being found. A little bit weird that, I mean, it's huge. It's a huge lake. It's basically an ocean, but to not find any wreckage is definitely wild. Similar to Japan, there have been sightings of ghost ships, among other electronic disturbances. Some sailors claim to see spectral vessels appearing and then vanishing back into thin air. Magnetic anomalies and extreme weather are blamed for this, as well as underwater vortexes and shifting lake currents just capsizing the boats. But I don't think the waves are going to reach airplanes, so that's still strange, but could be weird weather patterns over the lakes. I mean, they're large enough to generate their own weather, so who knows? All right, the fifth one is the Bridgewater Triangle in Massachusetts, a hotspot for cryptid sightings as well as paranormal activity. Mysterious disappearances include lost hikers and missing pets. Well, several people have vanished only to be found miles away and with no memory of what happened to them. So that's super weird that they just teleport to this other location where they're eventually found, and they can't tell you how. It's like they were knocked unconscious and carried there. Maybe they were. Strange sightings include thunderbirds, Bigfoot, and orbs of light. Bigfoot's probably going to be a lot of these, except for literally over the water. Locals speak of glowing red-eyed creatures that lurk in the woods. Native American curses and geological energy fields are some of the possible explanations. Many believe that the land is cursed due to ancient tribal warfare. Could also be that it was stolen from them, but what do I know, right? Cool theory though. Maybe it's like a Wendigo or something out there. Maybe it's Bigfoot just snatching people up and making rotisserie humans out at the campfire. All right, the next one is the Bennington Triangle in Vermont. A lot of these are the US. Kind of wonder if people are just making shit up at this point. A chilling location in the Green Mountains. Mysterious disappearances, such as when 5 people vanished between 1945 and 1950 without a single trace. Each case had eerie similarities as if they stepped just into another dimension. Some of the strange sightings include shadowy figures and strange lights. What if it's mountain witches? Be kind of sick. Some possible explanations: sudden weather shifts, hidden cave systems, and then some believe that there are underground tunnels leading to other realms. All right, number 7 is the Nevada Triangle in, of course, the USA. Between Reno, Las Vegas, and then Fresno, where planes seem to vanish. Mysterious disappearances, over 2,000 missing aircraft, including Steve Fawcett in 2007. Many planes disappear without wreckage ever being found. And that, for sure, you would think that out in the middle of the sticks, in the dust bowl of the US, that you would find a plane wreckage, but somehow they're not. Strange sightings include reports of UFOs. I mean, duh, it's Nevada. And desert mirages. That's actually kind of cool. Pilots report losing control of their instruments suddenly. That's not cool. Air currents are one of the possible explanations. They could be producing sudden downdrafts, sucking the planes down to the ground, or maybe into a tailspin. Some suspect secret military tests or time distortions. I mean, I'm also just going to say it. Area 51 is over there. They test all kinds of crazy aircraft, so maybe these pilots are seeing tests up in the air that they weren't supposed to see, and if the military just vaporizes them, there probably isn't going to be anything left to find. All right, the next one is the Bass Strait Triangle. Finally, somewhere else, Australia. A notorious stretch of water between Tasmania and mainland Australia. Mysterious disappearances include several ships and aircraft, including the 1978 Frederick Valentic case. He claimed to see a UFO before vanishing. Some other strange sightings, amongst the UFOs are ghost ships. Some report sightings of phantom crew members waving back from the empty decks. That's pretty terrifying. Possible explanations: rough water, magnetic anomalies, and possible alien encounters. Some suggest that there are portals to other dimensions. I'm gonna be real honest, it's weird that this is going on. It's a big world. So these ships and planes could be out there. Who knows? We just because we're not finding it doesn't mean it vanished, but it's just real damn weird that we haven't found them. Real weird, suspicious. All right, the next is the Vile Vortices. 12 locations mapped by Ivan Sanderson, showing anomalies worldwide. Basically what these are just areas where vessels and planes experience sudden loss of control. Some explorers report feeling dizzy and then losing hours of their time. Strange disappearances include the distorted time, the glowing lights, and unexplained energy shifts. Some believe these locations are ancient power centers that are basically conducting Earth's magnetic field and like supercharging it in these locations, causing people to lose consciousness and whatnot. Some even suggest they could be remnants of lost civilization technology. All right, this one is USA and Canada, the Great Lakes Triangle. This stretches across the Great Lakes where ships and planes mysteriously vanish. Mysterious disappearances include the Edmund Fitzgerald in 1975. The ship sank in completely normal, good weather and didn't have a single distress call. So it was weird that it just went down. Strange sightings include UFOs, sea monsters, and ghostly apparitions. Fishermen claim to see shadowy beings coming off the water. Possible explanations are magnetic fluctuations and unpredictable storms. Some even propose that there are underwater portals. 11, we're almost there, is the Mascarene Triangle in the Indian Ocean, a lesser known location around the Mauritius and Reunion areas. Mysterious disappearances include missing ships and aircraft. Some vessels appear years later and completely abandoned, so there are no bodies left over from the crews. They're just the ship, as if it was literally just abandoned out in the middle of the ocean. It's super weird. Bioluminescent waves and unexplained solar anomalies are some of the weird experiences that people have here, aside from just vanishing. Locals claim to see glowing sea creatures of unknown origins as well. Some of the causes could be underwater seismic activity and oceanic currents. Others think it's linked to the lost city of Lemuria. They could still be down there. Maybe these people are still alive, just in these underwater cities now. The last one for today is the Bermuda Triangle's twin, the South Atlantic Anomaly, or the SAA, is a region in the Atlantic where Earth's magnetic field is the weakest. Mysterious disappearances include sudden electronic failures on satellites and aircraft. Space agencies actually monitor this area due to high radiation levels, so it's a very, very strange spot. Strange sightings include cosmic radiation effects and unexplained energy bursts. Some astronauts claim to see strange flashes passing over this area. Weak magnetic fields could be a cause. Some theorists propose connections to extraterrestrial activity. But yeah, guys, that is the 12 strange geometric locations on the Earth. Random disappearances, strange apparitions, cryptid sightings, you name it. They're there. But, rest in peace to all those that have disappeared in these areas. Hopefully if they met a terrible fate, hopefully it was at least quick and they weren't trapped in some strange dimension for days and days and days. That would be terrifying. But with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Again, I have tons of other content and other locations you can check out. So click the link in my bios and check it out. But thank you, guys. I will see you in the next one. Drink water, be safe. Say thank you to Alexa, and I'll see you in the next video.